Coming up on Rambler Report, Loyola's newest building purchases and developments, as well as an update on the measles outbreak.
From the Convergence Studio in the Loyola School of Communication, this is Rambler Report.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Rambler Report. I'm Natalie King.
And I'm Alyssa Suarez. Here's the news we're following. A favorite restaurant and other local businesses may disappear to make way for university expansion near Loyola's Lakeshore campus. Isabella Grosso reports tenants, customers, and even the area's city council representatives are fighting the university's plan.
The day at Archie's Cafe, located at 1228 West Loyola Avenue, is just starting. But since it's been open, it has become a favorite among the Rogers Park community. Back in December, Loyola bought the building and announced their plans to demolish it in January. Since then, students and community members have shown their support for the tenants of the building, and 49th Ward Alderwoman Maria Haddon has shown support in a previous ward newsletter. Archie's owner, Roberta Schmatz, said that she is saddened that Loyola didn't want to keep the local businesses up and running for the Rogers Park community.
I was hoping their purchase might mean that we just got to stay on and it would become, maybe they would do something inclusive in the building, maybe bring a little incubator space into the empty storefront, or do something with the upstairs, maybe some sort of remodeling, and continue to keep it a vital neighborhood component, but that's not the case.
Schmatz said that she has yet to hear an update from Haddon's office since the initial newsletter on February 10th, where she advertised a petition to save the building and assured that she will work to try to preserve it. Loyola spokesperson Matt McDermott wrote in an email to the Rambler Report that, like other real estate holdings that Loyola has, the property will be included in the campus master planning process.
There hasn't been any input from the university to us, who also, at the town hall meeting, the CFO pledged that they were going to be in contact with the business owners and the tenants regarding a solution. And they've not reached out, and we haven't heard anything from Maria.
Schmatz also said Loyola did not offer her any compensation for destroying her business. She encourages people to write to Loyola's president and chief financial officer to try to change their minds. Students are also outraged by this. Senior Teresa Herring said she frequents Archie's with her roommates and can't believe Loyola is going through with demolishing and not giving any compensation.
This seems a little unfair. I think Loyola has quite a bit enough money, considering the amount of money that they take from students, and our tuition rising every year.
The building is set to be demolished in August before the end of the year. With Rambler Report, I'm Isabella Grosso.
A Loyola spokesperson told Rambler Report that the university is allowing tenants of West Loyola Avenue to stay through the end of their leases.
Drilling for a new set of geothermal wells around Piper Hall at the Lakeshore campus is set to begin soon. The wells will provide heating and cooling to Piper Hall and the Sullivan Center. The Institute of Environmental Sustainability building currently uses geothermal system for power. The addition of the new geothermal wells is part of Loyola's Climate Action Plan and will reduce the campus's dependency on fossil fuels. The Loyola Stands Against Gun Violence Committee is set to host their 5th annual Community Advocacy and Violence Prevention Summit. The summit will be led by a committee of gun violence prevention advocates, including co-founder of March for Our Lives, X Gonzalez. Events will include speeches, panel discussions, and an advocacy workshop. The event will take place on April 3rd at 4:30, both in person at the Lakeshore campus and virtually on Zoom. Loyola history professor Michelle Nickerson has been named to the Committee of Scholars for the Smithsonian American Women's History Museum. The museum is set to be opened on the National Mall in Washington, D.C., and its construction is in the early stages of planning. As a member of the committee, Nickerson's job will be to provide expertise on the exhibits and topics surrounding women's history. Nickerson was handpicked for this role by Smithsonian officials based on her qualifications and research.
Chicago's measles outbreak rose to 31 cases this Tuesday after it spread to the city's largest migrant shelter. Considered to be eliminated in the United States in 2000, this reemergence marks the city's largest outbreak in 5 years. The virus transmits through direct contact with infectious droplets or airborne spread. The spread of measles starts and ends with vaccination.
It may feel like late winter, but it's baseball season in Chicago. Right now, the White Sox are taking to the field for their first home game against the Detroit Tigers. The first pitch right now at 3:10 Central Time, with Garrett Crotchet making his first career start as pitcher in this game. The rest of the roster has not yet been released. All fans that attend will receive a free clear tote bag. The Cubs are on the road tonight playing the Texas Rangers, but will be at Wrigley on Monday for their home opener against the Rockies. No, I'm really excited for the Cubs home opener because I'm a really big Cubs fan. What about you?
Oh man, well I'm from the South Side, so I have to stay loyal to the White Sox. Coming up on Rambler Report, we have updates for campus transportation,
as well as information about the happiest countries in the world that you may want to visit.
Today, somebody noticed and cared. And today, that very special someone knew just how to show it. Every flower has a story. What's yours?
Unhappy news for Americans. The United States is no longer among the 20th happiest countries in the world, according to the 2024 World Happiness Report. The report released by Gallup placed the U.S. at number 23 on the happiness scale, 8 spots below last year's ranking. This year's top 5 happiest countries are Finland, Denmark, Iceland, Sweden, and Israel. The results are based on surveys about satisfaction with life from residents of more than 140 countries. The rankings also consider GDP, social support, life expectancy, freedom, generosity, and corruption of each country considered.
The Powerball jackpot has skyrocketed to $935 million after no winners were reported on yesterday's drawing. A lucky player in New Jersey struck gold after winning the Mega Millions jackpot, taking home just over $1 billion, the 5th largest in lottery's history. The race for Democratic candidate for the Cook County State Attorney nomination is still undecided more than a week after voting. Retired Judge Aileen O'Neill Burke and former prosecutor Clayton Harris III are neck and neck for the nomination. Currently, Burke is a projected winner, but with Harris being within 95% of Burke's total vote, he can request a recount of the ballots. Harris has not commented on whether he will request a recount.
Loyola's Easter holiday break is starting tomorrow, and Megan Walsh went to the Water Tower campus to ask people about the traditions they will be celebrating this year.
With Easter break starting this weekend, some students are going to be experiencing new traditions while some are going to be visiting family.
But I'm not going home this year. I'm from Minneapolis, so I'm going home with my friend, and she's Arab, so we're going to do like Arab Easter things. I don't know what that implies, but it'll be fun.
Just hang out, have dinner with my brother's coming up too, so just gonna have family time.
My German teacher taught us the traditional way to make Easter eggs in Germany by blowing the yolks out of the eggs. It's kind of just a fun little thing to do. You blow the yolk out of the egg by poking 2 holes in it, and then you paint the egg with the actual egg shell rather than like a fake egg or something.
I'm not sure exactly what denomination my grandma is, but we just go to her like local church, do a service, and then we have dinner afterwards at her house, and she usually cooks, or we'll go to my my aunt and uncle's house and they'll cook.
No matter what you celebrate, this will be a fun little break for the Ramblers before we have our final cram season before finals.
Thanks, Megan. Ramadan, Good Friday, Holy Saturday, and Easter are all being celebrated this weekend.
According to Statista, 81% of Americans celebrate Easter Sunday. Reporter Bella Giudice is on our Watertower campus to see how Loyola Ramblers will be celebrating.
Thanks, Alyssa. This Sunday, March 31st, is Easter Sunday, and we're here to ask Loyola Ramblers what they're doing for Easter.
This Easter, I will be working at my church for Easter services. I'll be busy doing a Good Friday service on Friday, obviously, and then we've got 3 services happening on Saturday and Sunday.
I'm going to Old St. Pat's with my family for Easter, and then we're going to brunch in Lincoln Park.
For Easter, and I'm just staying here, and I have some family friends that are coming to visit, like my cousin, so I'm just gonna show them around Chicago.
As you can see, many Ramblers are getting excited over Easter break. From Rambler Report, I'm Bella Giudice.
Loyola will be closed Friday and Monday to observe the Easter break. Loyola shuttle service will temporarily end today at 7 p.m. for Easter break, resuming its service this Monday at 2 p.m. An announcement posted on the Loyola News email, the 8-ride service will continue throughout the break with a reduced number of vans. The full service will resume on Monday. The shuttle service typically runs on a continuous loop between the 2 campuses on weekdays from 7 a.m. to midnight.
The deadline for commencement is coming up right after Easter break. April 19th is the deadline to submit photos and confirm your attendance for the very special day. In order to register, students need to go to Locus and fill out the questionnaire. The week of graduation is May 5th to May 11th in Gentile Arena. The commencement for Arupe College is in Rooney Hall. Exciting news is coming to the fast food world. Dunkin' Donuts' new line of alcoholic drinks, Dunkin' Spiked, has just been released in the Chicago area. The line includes iced coffees and iced teas that come in a variety of flavors. Their iced coffees have an alcohol volume of 6% and iced teas have a volume of 5%. The drinks will be sold at Kroger, Jewel, Binny's, and Meijer. McDonald's is also launching a new campaign selling Krispy Kreme donuts in select locations with plans to expand the collaboration nationwide by 2026. You know, Alyssa, I've actually never tried Krispy Kreme donuts, so I'm excited to see them come to McDonald's.
Oh, Krispy Kreme donuts are the best. I prefer them over anything. That's all for Rambler Report. Thanks for joining us.
Have a nice Easter break, and we will see you next week.